Hello, my name is Steve.
And I'm David.
And you're listening to Anime Plus. On this episode of our speedrun journey through Gundam Universal Century, we are talking about the second compilation movie for Zeta Gundam, which is just titled Lovers.
Aptly so.
Aptly so.
So the movie picks up exactly where we left off after the end of the first movie, where Amuro has been brought aboard this...
It's a giant transport ship that they stole from the Titans.
A reunion of the merry band of misfits. And we very quickly get introduced to this Russian lady that's flying a plane for some reason.
Belorchika? Something like that, yeah.
She is caught by Amuro in the Rick Dias, who then very quickly and without warning gets lippy smooched by her. From there, the transport ship has a name. It's like the Abdulhama. That ship lands in New Hong Kong after they launch Char and... who else went to space with Char? They took Char's Gundam or mobile suit into space, and they took one more mobile suit. It was Cats.
Yeah, it was Cats.
Char and Cats went into space to get aboard the Agarma, and while they tried to figure out how to get Camille Mark II into space...
Because Camille left with the Mark II because he wanted to go do something while they were trying to load him into the launch as well.
Yes.
So that's why he wasn't up there.
Yeah, and he was also trying to help Amuro with something. And so because of this, they needed to find a way to get Camille into space. So they go to New Hong Kong. They meet up with Mirai and her kids. And we get introduced to this really weird character for
Murasame.
After they meet up with Mirai, Amuro, and pretty blonde lady, and Camille ends up trying to drive back, but meets this chick who's like, "Can I get a ride?" And then she is up his nuts in New Hong Kong and just pulls the "Oh my God, we were meant to be together." And this ultimately leads to Camille very much being a teenager and forming a very strong bond with something that he kissed once.
Yeah, but
in typical teenage fashion.
No, it's strengthened by the fact that it's...
it's because they're new types.
The new type connection thing.
Well, Camille's a new type. She's a cyber new type.
Yeah.
Because she's from the Institute.
From the Murasame Labs.
So, speed running this section because it got kind of boring. She is meant to pilot this mobile suit called the Psycho Gundam because it has the Psycamu technology that allows her to control it. She can control it from super long distances. And her handler basically catches her and tries to bring her back to the ship, but she says she's not ready yet. Camille comes in, gets a gun pointed at him. He's just like, "Let's go be kids, bleh." The Titans start the attack, even though she's controlling the Psycho Gundam from her brain, even outside of the Psycho Gundam. A whole battle in New Hong Kong starts. Her and Camille fight, but not fight. Amuro joins in. It becomes this whole thing of the Rick Dias, the Mark II, and then the Psycho Gundam all battling in the water. And then she F's off, and it then leads to another chase where the Abdulhama, or whatever it's called, is being chased by a Titan ship that has the Psycho Gundam underneath it. It then becomes this Camille grabs onto the Psycho Gundam, jumps out, is like, "I love you," basically, and info dumps his whole life to her. Then she points a gun at him, and then she goes and sacrifices herself to help Camille escape. And I'm just whirlwind. I'm missing context here.
A lot of it, unfortunately.
I was like, sure, you go, girl. Sacrifice yourself for a guy you just met. And then Camille gets to space. Amuro and them go somewhere.
The Agarma picks Camille up.
Amuro and them go somewhere.
Well, Amuro's not going to space, so he stays on Earth.
Yeah.
And then Karaba just keeps trying to survive and do its thing.
They get to space. We find out that Emma's actually going to pilot the Mark II because they ended up designing the Zeta Gundam, which they completely leave out that he designed Zeta Gundam because of his observations of the Mark II and the Rick Dias. Oh God, that irritated me that wasn't in that was nowhere, and I completely forgot about it until they're like, "We made the Zeta Gundam." And you'd be like, "Oh, they just pulled this Gundam out of their asshole." Irritating. And we get a series of several battles because we find out Titan is going to try to crash a colony. They love for crashing colonies into shit.
Well, it's a really inexpensive way to cause mass casualties.
I know. But you'd think they'd start designing shit to make it so it doesn't happen.
How are you going to do that?
Make it not easy.
All you can do is attach boosters to the thing and move it.
Make it not
Actually,
easy.
it already has boosters because that's how you move it in the first place.
Exactly. They can't keep getting away with this.
All the problems in the Gundam story would be solved if people would just put locks on things.
Exactly. They can't keep getting away with this. So we get the last half of the movie is basically several battles trying to stop the colony from crashing into Granada on the moon. And in the same vein, we also get introduced to another cyber new type called Sarah.
Sarah. You can just
Sarah.
call her Sarah.
And she's working for a dude named
Sirico.
Sirico.
You know, like the Desert Storm. That's how that's spelled.
Oh, cool.
Or Sirocco.
A guy named Sirico who works for the Titans and is from Jupiter.
He was leading the fleet that went out to Jupiter to get things.
This movie did a poor job of introducing key important characters.
Did a poor job of a lot of things, but let's finish up the overview before
So
we start
anyway,
hanging into
this
that.
guy tasks this new other cyber new type Sarah to basically delay the Agarma. And boy, howdy does she do it. Because Katz is a hormonal teenage boy, and she cons two stupid kids into letting her out of her little prison thing the second time. Again, you can't keep getting away with this. Oh, and then big blonde-haired Commodore guy gets assassinated while him and Char are trying to talk to the United Nations.
The guy who's essentially running Aoug.
Yeah. He gets assassinated
By the guy who created the Titans.
by the guy who created the Titans, and then basically is like, you need to run Aoug, Char Aznable, and then died. And I guess that was supposed to be the surprise that that's Char, but if you're not stupid, you saw it from a mile away. And yeah, battle, kill. Thing crashes into the moon, it doesn't hit the colony, and we learn that a lot of this world's problems can be solved by not kissing random strangers.
Locks. I'm telling you, just lock things up.
Locks and not kissing people. Also, we get Camille and Fa trying to kiss in helmets.
Thirsty, desperate teenagers.
Char is also a thirsty, desperate teenager.
Char is probably 30 at this point, in his 30s.
Horny, desperate teenager.
Fair.
Universe's most eligible bachelor.
Yep. And then you have the commander of the other ship that's not the Argama trying to get with Emma.
There's just a lot of angst and sexual tension. I don't think I'm missing anything. That Sarah tried to successfully set off a bomb someplace that made the Agarma not get resupplied. Oh, and then the Axis show up and save the Agarma from being destroyed by the Titans, who have just infinite mobile suits.
It interrupted Char from trying to take out that Titan command ship with that beam cannon.
But yeah, we get introduced to Axis and the remnants of Zeon.
Haman.
But yeah, that's the movie. Boy, howdy. Is there a lot of missing context?
There's a lot of missing context.
There'd be things that would happen. I'm just like, okay, it's probably in the TV show. I just need to watch it and catch up.
Yeah, because there's the whole thing of them escaping Earth to get back into space, because
Yes.
obviously they need to get to space because that's where the Titans are now.
Yes.
And that kind of gets partially problematic because of Camille. And so they got to figure out a second plan, and that's why they go to New Hong Kong, and then they have to meet with the people that run things in New Hong Kong and grease their wheels.
And they meet up with Mirai and just,
Yeah, so the whole Mirai thing and the introduction of Hathaway and whatever Hathaway's sister's name is.
yeah, we only care about Hathaway.
Because we're going to get to him eventually.
Yay!
But more importantly is the introduction of 4. This is the beginning of the concept of the cyber new type, of the artificial new types by the Murasame Labs.
Yes.
And then the Psycho Gundam, I believe, might be the second Gundam, or the second mobile suit with Saikamu technology in it.
Yes.
Because,
Elmeth.
yeah, the Elmath was the first one that had. And the thing that kind of
And
showed,
then we'll eventually get to the Kshatriya, my favorite.
but didn't really show, was the severity of the mental instability of the cyber new types.
Yes.
Like, they're nuts, and it's not their fault. It's
Yes.
because their brains have been picked apart, and
Basically, lobotomies.
the guinea pigs who are essentially prisoners of the Murasame Labs, and whoever the Murasame Labs is working with,
And
which
lobotomies.
currently is the Titans.
Lobotomies. Lots
Um,
and lots of lobotomies.
Well, yeah, they wiped away all of 4's memories, and they're pretty much dangling her memories in front of her as like a prize
a carrot.
Yeah.
For the rabbit.
They really get into that concept in Double Zeta with essentially 4's may actually just technically even be a clone, but character wise, definitely a clone of her. This character named Ple, or Play, Ple. I don't know, whatever. Weird name. And they really they spent a lot of time with Pla and her mental imbalance. And then they introduced...
I have a feeling that's going to be a plot point in Unicorn when we get to it.
I'm sure it is. It's a plot point in Zeta. It's a plot point in Double Zeta. It was a massive plot thing in Double Zeta.
Merida Cruz is a
cyber new type?
Yep.
The thing that I felt even in the TV show was not well developed was Sirocco. Like, they really never dig into why Sirocco has so much clout. You will see it in the next movie, but everyone's pretty much throwing themselves on his dick. Everybody's like, he's the best. I will do anything for him.
Ugh.
I don't know if they ever made it explicit, but it's implied that he's a new type. And he's kind of like trying to create, not technically a harem, but it kind of is a harem of new types to be under his command. I felt that they really just never explained enough in the TV show itself why he was as important as he was. I mean, he's a big antagonist. And then now we have Haman showing up, who she is technically the de facto leader of Axis. She's the caretaker of Dozel's daughter. Oh, and then there's Rosamia, the other cyber new type that showed up. We'll see more of her.
There's so many goddamn new types, cyber new types, proto new types, new type.
The movie was way too short. There was so much context removed, so much depth eliminated.
These movies were intended to be just seen by people that already know the story.
That has to be the case. That 100% has to be the case. It's like you get all the old Gundam otaku together in the theater to have a rip-roaring popcorn throwing time. Because it's just action. It's just all the hits, not a lot of the context. Which I think is a disservice. Because like I said last time, I feel that the compilation movies for the original Gundam are a really good way to introduce somebody to the series, to the story. And then if they want to dig deeper into it, then they can go watch the TV show. But if they don't, they're not going to be worse for wear, I feel. With these movies, there's so much that's missing. And a lot of it just doesn't make sense if you don't know the background.
There's a lot more horny and angst in this show than there was in the original Mobile Suit.
I don't remember if the Fa and Camille kissing thing happened in the TV show.
I'll have to watch and I'll tell you.
Because Camille was very, not interested in Fa for the entire show, from what I remember. He wanted Krakoa for a long time because she was there in his moment of weakness and she presented this figure that was caring to him. And then he runs into 4 and has, the crazy new type connection, similar to Amuro and Lala. Let us know what you think about the movies compared to the TV show and what your thoughts are on our opinion of it being just kind of a disservice to the story and a poor representation of it with its depth and its quality. Well, I feel Zeta's a really good story. Apparently not everybody shares that opinion, apparently, from what I'm seeing online, but they like Wing. Look, you can't hate somebody for liking a thing that was their first introduction to a thing, so I get it, but I'm not looking forward to finally watching Wing in the winter.
Aptly named. That's about it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Let us know what you think. And don't forget to check out the Friday episodes of the podcast where we are currently reviewing the remake of Ranma 1/2.
Other problematic stereotypes.
Yeah.
To find out what I'm talking about, check out our episode about Ranma 1/2.
Coming up on Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified when we drop episodes. And come harass us online. Links below.
Talk to us about Gundam. I like talking about Gundam. Yeah. It's fun.
We're digging deep. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll check you guys next time.